Hi friends, today I am going to review the book, Resetting Management. Thrive with Agility in the Age of Uncertainty. By Martin Kralik and Stefan J. Giroud. Your business must be adaptive and flexible to thrive in uncertain global markets. The COVID-19 crisis provided two valuable lessons for companies. Complex systems create uncertainty, and businesses that thrive amid uncertainty are flexible and adaptable. Business agility is a broad philosophical approach to management that treats uncertainty as opportunity. This approach extends beyond traditional concepts of agile processes such as Scrum. Organizations with agility cast aside outdated authoritarian, hierarchical structures and cumbersome bureaucracies in favor of emergent systems and values. Bureaucracy and hierarchy have reached the end of an era. Organizations are resetting the ways they lead, organize, and strategize in three core ways. They embrace opportunities to innovate. They embed flexibility into their strategy, leadership, and organizational design. And they don't limit themselves to traditional models of change, thereby giving themselves permission to improvise. Business agility entails reconciling core tensions. Adaptation, or agility, isn't a new business phenomenon. For example, General Motors' multi-divisional hierarchical enterprise structure, the M form, eventually came to eclipse the more rigid, militaristic. Business agility is both a manifestation of and the driving force behind the ongoing management reset. Agile organizations must constantly negotiate core tensions. They must be nimble and stable, and they must embrace complexity in the most simple, but never simplistic, way possible. Strategic agility focuses on managing contradictory demands. While business strategy in the past focused on preventing competitors from taking your core business, today it hones in on carefully managing contradictory demands. Find the right balance between simple and complex tensions. For example, leaders must create a portfolio that's both diverse, complex, and focused, simple, and encourage teams to have open, unconventional conversations, complex, while nurturing collective alignment, simple. Agility is on everybody's lips, and yet its understanding remains largely intuitive. To reset management to cultivate more strategic agility, don't commit to doing strategic renewals occasionally. Make adaptation a constant part of your organization. Use both formal, top-down, and fluid, bottom-up, approaches to planning. Seek out different types of thinkers to increase the breadth and scope of future possibilities. Finally, eschew binary thinking when making decisions. Growth-oriented businesses are stable, nimble, complex, and simple. Organizational agility will look different for every business, so reflect on strategy-related areas in which you may lack clarity and/or flexibility. Seek to adapt these areas. Negotiate the tensions between being stable and nimble, and complex and simple. Cultivate organizational stability by clearly communicating your strategic direction and executing your strategy with discipline and accountability. Make your organization more nimble by allowing customer-focused experimentation and empower small teams to work in cross-functional ways. Embrace complexity by creating a culture of continuous learning and weighing multiple perspectives and factors in your decision-making. Pursue simplicity by minimizing bureaucratic processes, flattening hierarchies, and eradicating silos. Agile methods aren't synonymous with business agility. Clarify your organization's goals for adopting agile processes. For example, GE adopted the innovation abilities of a startup to remain competitive in a new economy. Agile processes can assist companies in the midst of digital transformation, helping them create data-driven cultures and map customer journeys. The benefits of applying agile methods can be incremental, but they can also help support the exploration of radically new strategic horizons. It's a choice you have to make. Organizational agility requires evolution. Build on processes you used in the past that continue to serve you, while welcoming new, disruptive approaches such as blurring the boundaries between doers and thinkers. Additionally, you may discover you don't need to adopt certain methods to make change. Instead, your agility transformation may hinge on flattening, not eradicating, hierarchies. Replace outdated management theories with new leadership competencies. Replace outdated Taylorist, Fordist, and Matrix paradigms, which rely on coercion and organizational rigidity, with the following four core leadership competencies, the 4 C's. Coaching and creativity. Don't give your team rigid instructions. Give people support and guidance to build individual and team resilience. To make teams more nimble, provide frequent feedback to help people improve. This appeals to millennials, who prefer more frequent encouragement. Relate to people on an individual level, creating an atmosphere of psychological safety, so they feel comfortable to innovate and take risks. Cohesion. While today's leaders must focus on empowering people from the bottom up, they must also maintain a cohesive top-down narrative to create stability and alignment. Clarify your team's objectives and employ strategic storytelling to create alignment. Leaders must remain accountable while giving teams freedom and work toward broad organizational goals with consistent messaging. Encourage employees to share cohesive bottom-up narratives. Connections. Remove impediments to effective external and internal collaboration by ensuring silos don't block communication and knowledge sharing. Incentivize your employees to share information with other teams, and cultivate cross-silo support systems, so teams facing fewer demands can support those under more pressure. Cognition. Leaders should develop their sense-making abilities, which requires the hyper-awareness to consider diverse perspectives before providing directions. Agile leaders engage in continuous learning, which helps them interpret the impact of trends, facts, and causal relationships on their organization. They nurture data-driven cultures and base decisions on information, not ego. Employees must be continuous learners, too. Leaders should encourage them to take responsibility for cultivating their skills and filling knowledge gaps. To minimize trade-offs, be mindful of how you configure new agile methods. Don't make the common mistake of failing to identify the trade-offs you should minimize when resetting management. Adopt a reset mindset to reconcile conflicting demands. For example, if you're reconfiguring your business to give teams more autonomy, balance that freedom with a strategic vision that directs innovation. Global firm, Hire, for example, finds this balance by externally crowdsourcing ideas, then sifting through hundreds of solutions and using the best to support, not override, its in-house processes. Minimize trade-offs when you complement your core business with a new, experimental venture. Avoid depleting your core business's resources to support your new one. Link businesses with a shared, overarching governing body, such as a transformation board. Strategic agility is about minimizing trade-offs in order to remain flexible in the face of uncertainty. Don't underestimate the role that organizational design plays in adopting agile methods. A dark scrum, or faux scrum, for example, may be a company's attempt to conceal organizational problems or unhealthy office politics. Leaders may falsely believe the scrum will resolve tensions. Instead, tensions can grow, especially when individuals try to micromanage the scrum. Focus on the human dimension of implementing agile measures, giving particular attention to middle managers, whom you must train, encourage and incentivize, and HR, which should be incorporated into the agile adoption process early on. Be mindful of how you configure new agile methods. One approach is to create a hub that will catalyze change for your whole company. Different approaches trigger different complexities and tensions you must manage. Change management is full of paradoxes. Rethink your approach to change, bearing in mind that adaptation is continuous, not exceptional. Build resilient teams by ensuring people personally invest in your organization's purpose. Be careful and intentional when undergoing digital transformations, and don't neglect the human element of the process. Understand the importance of data, while weighing the ethical implications of removing humans from decision-making processes. Tomorrow's managers will pull away from the rest on strength of their ability to adjust both capabilities and mindset to whatever is coming. Will you be one of them? Change management is full of paradoxes. You must, for example, understand the importance of improvisation and preparation, of taking your time to ensure quality outcomes, while moving quickly when necessary. Leaders must exert and relinquish control. They must empower employees, while preventing chaos. Takeaways. Your business must be adaptive and flexible to thrive in uncertain global markets. Business agility entails reconciling core tensions. Strategic agility focuses on managing contradictory demands. Growth-oriented businesses are stable, nimble, complex, and simple. Agile methods aren't synonymous with business agility. Replace outdated management theories with new leadership competencies. To minimize trade-offs, be mindful of how you configure new agile methods. Change management is full of paradoxes.